Well, with concerns high and warnings out for the safety of FBI agents across the country, a man armed with an AR-15 style rifle tried to breach an FBI office today. And now we're learning he had been at the Capitol on January 6th for the insurrection. Two officials familiar with the matter told that to NBC News just last hour. Police in Ohio gave an update moments ago. They say an hours-long standoff ended with the suspect when he pointed a gun at officers.
Officers tried to move in using less lethal tactics to take the suspect into custody. The suspect then raised the firearm toward law enforcement, and that's when shots were fired at the suspect.
Police say this morning the suspect went to the visitor's entrance of the Cincinnati FBI field office. That was just after 9 o'clock. There, they say he fired a nail gun at law enforcement personnel, held up that AR-15 style rifle, then took off in a car after an alarm started blaring. Cops say a state police officer spotted that car on a highway about a 25-minute drive from the FBI office. They say they started chasing the driver, who fired at least one shot during the pursuit. About a 20-minute drive from there in Clinton County, they say the man jumped out of his car, exchanged fire with officers, and ran into an area surrounded by woods and cornfields. And after that, cops say they tried negotiating with him, but he refused. Then he pointed the gun at officers, and they shot and killed him. Now, to be clear, there's no word on his motive, but we cannot ignore this moment. The head of a private intelligence firm told NBC News his company has seen an uptick in threats against FBI personnel and facilities since the Mar-a-Lago investigation. Many commentators have been railing against the Bureau, calling it politically weaponized. And the Republican nominee for governor of Arizona has called for the FBI to be dismantled. Let's bring in the former FBI special agent Clint Watts, now a distinguished fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute and an NBC News national security analyst. Clint, we don't know what his motive was, as I said. We do know he was at the Capitol on January 6th. What does this altogether say to you about the threat that's facing DOJ and FBI?
Shep, I will also just add, I think you're going to see just in a few minutes some of the posts from this individual. So not confirmed yet, but if you just look at the trend over the last
tell me what you know, Clint.
year, well, you're going to see just on social media some posts about this individual and his motives. You're going to see that it is very much tied up in the rhetoric we see around this country right now, railing on the FBI.
So, he went to that office because he's upset following all the rhetoric about the FBI. That's what you're saying.
That's what I believe. That's my opinion of it, and I think the evidence will bear itself out. What you see across the board in this country right now is elected officials making false claims and pointing at the FBI. They are making claims that would be seen as stochastic terrorism. If you rewind a decade, Shep, and you think about how we came to this concept of what we call inspired terrorism, that was a guy named Anwar al-Awlaki. We would be here a decade ago talking about a cleric overseas working for al-Qaeda, making claims saying that Americans should be attacked at places like shopping malls or at their homes. And instead, what we see today are elected officials around the country making false claims about FBI agents. Those are federal officials. Those are employees of the United States government. They supposedly are representing those individuals. You're seeing them make false claims, which then point individuals who are having grievances based on false conspiracies at targets. And that target right now is the FBI, number one target for all of this rhetoric, all based on false allegations from a former president and his supporters. And
you know, today, Congresswoman Liz Cheney tweeted she's ashamed to hear what she called these sickening comments. What impact does this have on agents with elected members of Congress publicly attacking their work without providing a shred of evidence to support one thing that they claim?
Several different things, Shepard, especially with federal law enforcement, FBI being the principal one, is the rule of law. People don't think they need to follow the rule of law because their leaders are saying, don't listen to it. There's some sort of rigged situation. False claims are being made about the FBI and their conduct. I can tell you the search warrant, you were talking about Merrick Garland right before I came on. I sure hope that search warrant becomes unsealed because they were trying to respect the privacy of the president, but the president is not respecting the rule of law, and he's not respecting, the former President Trump is not respecting the rule of law, nor is he respecting the service of many federal law enforcement officers who have done everything in their power. They already have a dangerous job. Our elected officials are making it even more dangerous. And I think that's where this concept of stochastic terrorism, where if you make threats and you start pointing people at targets, that's when you're going to see violence break out. And I think that's what we saw today.
They know there's a fire, and they are stoking it from the most loud megaphones that the nation has to offer. It is unprecedented. Clint Watts, thank you for your time.